Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me today. Today is Sunday, March 21st, 2021. I am in my home in Charleston, South Carolina, and it is absolutely beautiful outside. This is going to sound weird, but it's like overcast. It's like really cloudy outside, and it's really breezy. The temperature is like I think the official temperature is 65, but it feels a little bit more like 60 because it's so like windy outside. But it's absolutely a perfect day for me. I know it sounds really weird because I like overcast, um, but I don't know why. I just like that. I don't do well in sun. I was out in the sun a little bit yesterday, um, and only for like 30 minutes, and I already got burned a little bit just from being outside for 30 minutes. So I do better in overcast weather. And plus, it's like I think the index is like 60 degrees. It's like 65, but it's windy, so it feels a little bit more cool. But it's perfect outside for me. Anyway, I want to talk about blending and layering fragrances today. But first, tell me what your fragrance of the day is today. I chose Opium Pour Homme today. Opium Pour Homme Eau de Toilette by Yves Saint Laurent. I chose this today because this has been on my mind the last couple of weeks. Um, because I heard rumor that this has been discontinued. I'm going to find out tomorrow officially from Yves Saint Laurent themselves if they have actually discontinued this. I want to find out tomorrow, but I'm going to do a review on this tomorrow and let you know if it has or has not been discontinued. But I want to talk about this fragrance anyway tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I think this is one of the greatest fragrances that has ever been created, in my personal opinion. And nobody hardly ever talks about this, so I'm going to do a special review on this tomorrow. But put down in the comment section what you're wearing, if anything. But on to my topic of layering and blending fragrances. Um, I've always been a fan and advocate of layering and blending. And one of the reasons I do this now is because there's a lot of fragrances that I have that I don't really like for specific reasons. Like I'll have a fragrance like this. This is actually a really good fragrance, but it's way too sweet. To me, this is a extremely sweet violet dominant fragrance. And it's okay to wear this occasionally, but I can't wear it all the time because it's just overly sweet and overly floral with that violet. Um, so I come up with it just popped into my head like 6 months ago. I was like, you know something, this is so sweet. I like it, but it's so sweet. And it popped into my head one day that I have a fragrance that's actually dry and very woody. And I had the idea of combining these two together. Um, so when I combined these two fragrances, the sweetness of this went down and the dryness of the other fragrance went like this is the one I'm talking about. This is such a beautiful fragrance, but it is dry and it's extremely woody. So that's what I did. I just combined these two together to sort of create a different fragrance um, from these two. And I actually did it in two different ways. I actually layered it. I actually put this on first. I put this on my arm first. I put two sprays and then two sprays on top of this. And it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. The combination of these two, it wasn't too sweet or too dry. It sort of equaled the sweetness and the dryness out to where I made a new fragrance to where it was absolutely perfect. And it was so much more enjoyable. Um, and I actually continue to do that. I actually have put these two fragrances in the decant 50/50, and it's so beautiful now. And I've done that with other different kinds of fragrances. As y'all know, I do not like this by Armoff, CDNIM. I do not like this because, especially the first hour or two, it's way too harsh and it's way too smoky and it's almost unpleasant. And I had the idea also of, wouldn't it be good if the roughness and the harshness and the smokiness of this was toned down and there was vanilla added to it? Bingo. Dun. I did the same thing like the other two fragrances. I actually tried layering it. I put two sprays here of this, and then on top of it, I put two sprays of vanilla. And sure enough, the combination of two, it wasn't too harsh, it wasn't too smoky. It was like I took this and toned down the harshness and added vanilla, and it was perfect. And I actually put it in decants too. I put I filled a decant up, and it was like 3/4 this and then a quarter of the vanilla in a decant, and it was so much more pleasant and so much more wearable. And another example, this is like, I got this a couple of years ago. This is the summer edition CK1 by Calvin Klein 2019. This is like a blue citrus aquatic that they launched in 2019 before summer, and I got this and I love it, but this is way too sweet, really sweet. It's like overly blue, overly aquatic, and overly floral, and it's just a sweet bomb. It's nice occasionally, but I can only tolerate it so much. So I have the idea of adding something green to this to tone down the sweetness, and it worked perfectly. You want to know what I added? Believe it or not, this almost seems sacrilegious, but I took like equal parts of this and equal parts of the Guerlain Vetiver, and it was great. This added a little bit of sweetness to this, and this added a little bit of greenness and toned down the sweetness to this. And you can either layer it or like decant it in a bottle, whatever you decide how much equal parts you want to add to it. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk about blending and layering. If you have like a fragrance that's too sweet and one that's too dry, sort of combine them together and experiment and have fun with it, and sort of create a fragrance out of two different fragrances, and sort of play with it and experiment and have fun with it, because sometimes you can take fragrances that you never wear and then combine them together, and then now you can wear them because you will like them a lot better, and they won't sit in like the corner for years collecting dust and stuff. You can actually use them by combining different ones together. So it's just a fun thing that I wanted to, suggest and put into people's minds. Now, there actually are fragrances that I would never ever blend or layer, because I think they are masterpieces on their own. And I think if you like took away or added anything to certain fragrances, it would just like, I don't know, it would just not be good, I think. For example, two of my favorite fragrances of all time are Japor Homme by Bougeron. I have the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum Japor, and Encre Noir Sport. These two are masterpieces as far as I'm concerned, and I would never ever try to blend or layer these, because they're masterpieces. They're perfect on their own. So there's some fragrances that I would not do that with. But anyway, that's it for my topic. I just wanted to talk about that. I like to talk about different things sometimes and give suggestions on different things, sometimes other than just your typical review. So tell me what you think about my suggestion and my topic today, or whatever you want to, comment about. Put it in the comment section and let me know if you have any questions, or let me know what you think about this video. And I will be back tomorrow, and I want to talk about this Opium pour Homme Eau de Toilette by Yves Saint Laurent, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, have a good Sunday, y'all, and I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.